Good day. I want to talk to you about the green side of my agenda. And the green side is not separate from the financial side or the social side. It's clear to me in a civil society and in a mature one, we need to combine the social and the environmental and the financial together. No two out of three are satisfactory. So let me put my green record forward so you understand. With regard to automobiles, which are perhaps the biggest user of fossil fuel, I was working with a consortium of auto parts companies whose purpose was to subcontract and build the most advanced electric car in Canada, in fact in the world. The province was fully ready to give us an amount of money in the vicinity of $30 million just to start with. Our business was putting forward a major amount similar to the provinces, and the federal government, we asked the local member of parliament to get involved, and in fact, in his words, the minister was too busy. So a project that would have been a tremendous catalyst for bringing new jobs, a new technology, and in fact a much greener technology was lost. This plant is now being built in the Midwest in the USA. Unfortunately, and there's no point in blaming them now because we've lost those jobs, but that's the kind of advance we need in the environment and in business. I also have a private business that I share with my partner, and we build some of the most energy efficient houses in Canada. For example, in the house I live in, we don't need a furnace, and we make all of our electricity from the sun and the wind. And we do that to show that it's practical, that it's reliable, and we share that demonstration house with many members of the public, 2,500 to date, so that the younger generation can understand what some of these choices are, what they look like, and what they cost. So in fact, in the energy conservation field in houses, we are clearly one of the leaders in Canada. Thirdly, we run an unusual farm in which we are trying to disconnect from our direct reliance on fossil fuels. And the fossil fuel element that we're really trying to avoid is fertilizer and that is required to grow corn, corn being heavily dependent on the fertilizer, which is in fact made from natural gas. So we're trying to figure out a food stream in the beef industry that is disconnected and yet is still profitable. We've been at that for 39 years, and we are pretty confident that we have now a management practice that is both profitable, well received by the marketplace, and environmentally very sound. There are other things that we do in the environment, and my political record shows that before we were always trying to join the concern with the environment, with the creation of jobs, with fiscal restraint, and really some social benefits. So what I'm trying to say is that we need all things in balance. Anything less than that is simply not acceptable, and we want leaders that are already dedicated to that balance to move us forward. Unfortunately, the Conservatives are somewhat immature, haven't recognized that these things are all essential, and trying to pit one against the other. It's a simple-minded, not very civilized approach, which we think is a bit of an insult to Canadians, and we think everybody deserves better. So again, we share with you the record of green application, and in that record we show you that there are real successes that can be had for reasonable amounts of money, and that's the agenda that we want to push.